We are back, and today we're back with the number one, no money spent, no time spent, stub making method in MLB The Show 25. You will make over 5 million stubs if you follow this method throughout the year. That's right, you will break the stub cap. I do it every season, and I do it soon, and I help all of you boys along the way. Join the Discord, 4,000 people. Become a member, 700 members. We will make tons and tons of stubs for everybody all year long. Ladies and gentlemen, what is the stub making method that can make you millions? Right now, we just did a survey. The average member of the channel has made close to 1.5 million stubs on average for diamond members. Pretty good value if I do say so myself. Now listen, the best stub method is flipping based on performance. You hear flipping and you think, oh, let me sweat these margins. Oh, 10% tax. Buy at 901, sell at 1028. No. It's all about investing in guys that can actually perform well in real life, or guys that will just go up based on their name, who they are, and kind of situationally. Let's give an example. For instance, Jackson Chourio. I was big on Jackson Chourio. I said, you know what? Jackson Chourio is going to have one hell of a season. He's coming off of a rookie season where he batted 270, hit for power, and he's looking like he's gonna be a diamond sometime this season. It's just a matter of when. So I said to the members, and even people just watching the roster update videos every Tuesday, shout out to all you. Smash the like and subscribe. Now listen, this is what you want to do. Buy Jackson Chourio when he's at 900 stubs. Quick sell. Let's take a look at his price. Jackson Chourio was sitting at 900 stubs for about the first week and a half of this game. I was holding on to 100 of them. Let me just read 100. That is 90,000 stubs worth of Jackson Chourio that I had. There is nothing that could have cost me stubs here. I bought them at actually 900 stubs. So worst case scenario, let's say Jackson Chourio decided to be a bum. Jackson Chourio decided to do absolutely nothing to start the year. Something really, really weird happened, right? Let's go ahead and find an example. Let's say that this was Jackson Chourio. I would come in here and I would quick sell all of them. All of the duplicates instantly for zero loss. It's risk-free. I mean, if you don't have all of your stubs invested, I don't know why not. The only thing that can happen is it goes up in price. So then Jackson Chourio, how far are the Brewers, man? Are we far from the Brewers here? Because I don't want to pull them up again. Milwaukee, a million miles away. Look at him now. I sold all of mine for about $1,400, $1,500 after tax. He was at 2,000 stubs at one point. Now, the reason he went up, I'm not the only one that knew Jackson Chourio was going to be good, but a different content creator with a much bigger audience gave him a shout out on one of his videos. Now, that content creator, unfortunately, is tricking every single one of you, because anybody paying over 950 stubs for Jackson Chourio is actually trolling themselves. They are going to lose a lot of stubs, and they're in for a world of hurt. Again, monitor that risk, get the risk levels low. But you can see here how I double my stubs and doing absolutely nothing. All I did was put in the buy orders on the app, let them sit. They all went through. Be patient. You're going to get outbid. Be patient. Let the orders go through. I'm going to show you another example. We got Riley Green right here. So this is an example of hitters. There's a lot of different, you can see a lot of different ways you can take this method. I'm going to walk you guys through the best way you can do it. But Riley Green's another one. Here, right here, I have 68 left. I'm trying to sell him. I was trying to sell him. You can see 600 stubs. I can sell him off right based on hype right now. I could sell him for $550 after tax. I bought all of them for exactly 400 stubs. That's a 150 stub per profit, and I think I had 150 of them. I already sold off some of them. But you can see that's like I'm not doing the math, but that sounds like at least 20% profit. And if you put in 100K stubs, you get 20K back for doing absolutely nothing. Yes, please. Now, 20% is a bit low. Honestly, the way you're really going to make the stubs is that do this over and over and over and over again. You'll be making 200K per day. And then come the actual update, let's say Riley Green stayed at 400. He stays at 400, but he's batting 300 IRL. His quick sell price is going to get manually changed to 600, and that's after tax. So there's a lot of stubs to be made doing this method. But the best way to do it is flipping. So you can flip it based on hype. That's kind of method number one, is guys that have the big name. Guys that, a good way to find out if a player is volatile enough to kind of go up in price and for his price to do weird things is to look at his price trend. Jarren Duran, Cody Bellinger, both of these guys, man, their prices have been super, super high. So basically, people are looking for a reason to have their price go up. People are looking for a reason for Duran, for Bellinger, for DeGrom even. Guys that aren't, for Crochet. If any of these guys do anything in real life, their price is going to skyrocket. Now, in the same token, if they have a bad first start, you're not buying these guys at quick sell. This is risky. So I'm not recommending that. I'm saying keep that in mind because there's going to be guys where they actually have the hype and then they go down. For instance, Byron Buxton. Byron Buxton has kind of been around that 1,500 range for his buy now. So that's not necessarily quick sell. Matt Strahm. Now, Matt Strahm, he's got the hype right now. I would not even buy Matt Strahm as an investment because he's a reliever. But his price is this high right now. It means it can get there again soon. So if a guy like Matt Strahm ended up going to quick sell in a couple days, a guy like DeGrom, those are good investments because they've been at that price before. They've shown that market volatility. DeGrom's a good example here. His price is kind of doing all types of things. I bought, how much? I bought 76 Jacob DeGroms for around 1,540 stubs each. And you can see his price here. It's not a great profit, but it is a good investment and flip opportunity. Starting pitchers are actually the best way to do this method. If you look at starting pitchers, they're going to have, think about it. If a hitter comes out and goes 2 for 5, that's good, but they can go 0 for 5 the next day and they're batting 200. So people, the prices don't change as much based on hitters' performances. But a starting pitcher, they are in the spotlight for 5 innings on the day that they start. They control their destiny, and they only pitch once every 5 days. So starting pitchers, their prices tend to be very, very volatile in the market. So who are the best guys to target, man? Well, right now, it's opening week of MLB season, MLB 25, MLB 2025. Buy guys that are pitching as soon as possible. The best thing to do is buy them 2 or 3 days before their start. Because the day of their start, if Michael King was at quick sell, if Michael King was pitching today, his price would be at $965. Let's just pretend Michael King was at quick sell 2 to 3 days ago. That's what will happen. If Michael King was pitching in 2 to 3 days, and he was at quick sell 2 days ago, his price would not be at quick sell any longer. The prices of starters go up, not by a lot, but they definitely won't be at quick sell the day of their start unless they're actually trashed. Now, factor in, these guys have supercharged potential as well for opening week. That's a whole different story. We're not talking about that right now. We're talking about these guys going up in price based on performance. A guy like Yoshinobu Yamamoto, let's say you buy him at quick sell. He has a bad game. You go ahead and you quick sell him. You don't take a loss. He has a decent game. You go ahead and sell for a profit. Or if his game is it's not great, but it's good, his price might not change. And if it doesn't change, he can turn into a long-term hold. You have 2 options. Long-term hold the player, or instead of long-term holding, you can quick sell and just try it on another guy. But usually if they have a good start, I like turning them into a long-term hold and seeing what they can do the second time out. Because if they're following off a good start with another good start, then their price could go even higher than if it went high the first time. So that's kind of the stub making approach you want to have. Think of it like daily fantasy baseball. This works very well on bronzes. Bronze starting pitcher flipping is insanity. If Eduardo Rodriguez came out and had 8 strikeouts, I think his price would be 90, which is obviously a 3x return. Is he a starter? All right, yeah, okay, good. Same thing with Silvers. Silvers, dude, flipping anything is very, very good based on performance. Just don't get caught because Zach Gallen, he's a starting pitcher. He's a silver. But if he has a bad start, he's going right back down to 160 stubs. So a lot of risk versus reward. If he has a good start, I don't see him going too much higher. I see him maybe pushing 500 or 600. But is it worth the risk? That's something you got to ask yourself. We're going to have daily pitcher flips in the Discord. Smash the like and subscribe button, boys. Peace.